Oh, you Generation Alpha people will never know the fun of hearing, "You've got mail." I'm going to go back this way and get some of these other ones just to grind a little bit, but we have viewer mail. And it was such a good one that I wanted to go over it here. Oh, it's a freebooter. Hate you guys. Now, so I wanted to go over this one with you and give a history lesson kind of at the same time because I love history. Oh, come on. Whack. There you go. Good puppy. So I love history too. So, but here is the comment. As soon as this freebooter goes down, because I'm going to have to do a seal swap to make sure they don't run away. Okay, and that's why I don't want to quite start that yet. Don't run. Yes. And as you can see, there's no flurry axe yet. I did get that. A wooden leg. Huh. Oh, I don't have any more footlockers. Actually, wait. Do you want to see what it looks like? Here, let's see what it looks like. Let's see if I can't get drunk. All right, 1, 8, come on. We'll see if we can't get drunk, and then we'll go into this comment. It's a really good comment, and it deserves a fair. Well, I guess we're going into the comment. So let me read the comment here. And this is from No Sopa Pipa Acta. So you know about how long they've been around the YouTube land. Because they're referencing SOPA, and that was way, many years ago, which was about protecting our internet privacy. And the same thing with the others, but I digress. Let's get to the comment. Honestly, the Democrats' antipathy feels kinda intentional to me. As if they're all on the opinion, quote, well, we lost, now we go on vacation for 2 to 3 years and then come back and try to shame everyone into voting for us again. Quote. End quote, sorry. It's a marked difference from the agitated energy carried through Biden's term by the Republicans and just adds on to them looking like the weaker party. And it's literally because they are the weaker party right now. And there's no better way to, and sadly, there's no other way to frame this garbage. They really are the weaker party right now. And I'm going to go back in time to the First World War, WW1. For those in Generation Alpha, you have to look it up this way because we used Roman numerals, and we all know you've never studied those a day in your lives either. So you have to look up WW and then the letter I altogether, WWI. That's why World War II is WWII for Generation Alpha, and so on and so on. If we have a World War IV, and it would be World War IV, according to that numbering convention. In any event, I digress again. That's a little bit of Generation Alpha school, and I gotta do that any chance I get, because y'all need it. And y'all don't read. I don't know. We're doomed. Y'all don't read. Nobody reads anymore. We're doomed. We are doomed. But let's get back to the feckless Democrats and how, and it's almost ineptitude, comical ineptitude, isn't it? In many ways, it does feel like comical ineptitude, only because they're lumbering about in a really stupid way, and still worrying about every other little thing instead of the gigantic picture. Okay, instead of worrying about Donald Trump's plan to be a dictator, they're worrying about what pronouns Donald Trump wants to be addressed by. Honest to goodness. Are you really that concerned over his pronouns? I mean, seriously, I do believe he's a he and him. Let's just answer that question now. I do believe he's a he and a him with very small hands. I think my hands are bigger, and I always thought I had small hands. But But you guys are feckless, rudderless. I don't know what other less I need to call you right now, because I'm addressing you, the Democrats. I can use bigger words. Okay. If I'm addressing the Donald Trump cult, I have to by default use smaller words. And therein lies part of your problem too. You don't smaller word things. You don't say eggs, and no, you have to start mulling, okay? Eggs. You go, the economy and the inflation are out of control, and nobody understands that Donald Trump land. They don't get that, okay? They don't. They don't. In fact, I'll give you proof and throw my own mother under the bus. My mother has been brainwashed enough now to believe that the currency is still backed by gold. Okay? And I'm not trying to slam my mother. No. I did admit I'm going to have to throw Mom under the bus here in order to make the point. But this is what they believe. Yes, she did vote for him. I did not. It's a point of contention around my house. But guess what? I was right. And I'm going to be right here. Democrats, you are never going to get the Senate again. Ever. Listen to my words. When you lost Joe Manchin, the, only blue dog Democrat left, and you lost him, that should have been telling. Actually, the 2000 election should have been telling. Because that was the beginning of Sapphire Blue West Virginia's deal to go ruby red. How did I get down this rabbit hole today? I was supposed to be going back to World War I, wasn't I? Whew. This is why I need a scripted reply. This is why I need a scripted reply. Sorry, but the Democrats are the Allied powers. Okay, they are the central. I'm not using Axis. I'm not going that far. I'm going further back in history than the 40s. I'm going way back to right on the cusp of the end of the Edwardian era. And let's get to our history lesson because I've admonished enough, right? After a sip of coffee, of course. Now, so World War I was called the one to end all wars, right? And you're going to see the screen get blurrier because in a second I'm going to take the other one. Just letting you know. And you'll notice their levels start going down. See, he's now 43 instead of 44. But I think it's just because of the drunkenness effect. Yeah, I think it's just because of that. But anyways, again, so the Democrats in this point in history would have been better represented by the Allied powers, the triple entente of Britain, France, and Russia. And Britain were the smart ones at this point in history, even though they were stuck in Edwardian mannerisms, but so was everybody else. And so was everybody else, none more than the Russians. But the Russians were even stuck further back than that, if you really want to know the truth. And that's part of the problem, is that the Democrats are basically where France and Russia were at the start of World War I. They're coming onto the battlefield in their bright blue uniforms, still thinking that this is going to be fought like a 19th century conflict where you come out in your bright uniforms and you come together in a skirmish line and they all go at the same time. And the Germans and the English knew better, and French and Russian soldiers were just mowed down like a lawnmower cuts grass in their bright blue outfits. They were sitting ducks. They were targets. at every single opportunity. And that's what the Democrats have been ever since the 2020 election. Because you were like, oh, we won. Donald Trump will never be heard from again. Yeah. He has been vanquished. No, you don't vanquish a Napoleon or an Hitler. You don't vanquish them until you have soundly defeated them. And you have to soundly defeat them. They have to have a Waterloo, or they have to have an invasion of Berlin. You have to have that kind of bigger deal. And yeah, the dictator might not survive, as seen by the 1940s, but but in the 1800s, in the 18 teens, as we celebrate, as you know, Waterloo is turned more than 200 years old now, and as we look back at how to deal with these types of people, the Democrats literally did it wrong. And it's done throughout history. And it's just, and you know, and again, the conflict I chose for that historical parallel was the Allies of World War I. I could have easily chosen World War II because the Democrats were Neville Chamberlain. Instead of in the World War in the World War I parallel, the Democrats are France and Russia coming onto the battlefield in their bright blue uniforms and just being sitting ducks for a while until they learn that they got to get mud on them and blend in with the environment to have less of a chance of getting clubbered. And yeah, you want less of a chance of getting clubbered. 286. Ooh. Oh, intellect armor. What? And better. Oh, no. You are mine. Mine. I'm taking you now. What are you? Oh, the ship schedule. Oh, wait, I've already did that. Screw you. I didn't want your ship schedule anyway. I could have just as easily chosen Neville Chamberlain in World War II if you really want to do it from a diplomatic point of view. And the Democrats are right now Neville Chamberlain. Who was Neville Chamberlain, I hear you ask, because you didn't study history. I love you, Generation Alpha. I really do. I love you, Generation Alpha. I really do. So Neville Chamberlain was the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom in the early days, back during the Poland invasion and all that, and those early days before the British people said, you're being really stupid, we're getting Winston Churchill. And Winston Churchill was the guy who single-handedly saved Britain, along with, from a politician's point of view. There were tons and tons of soldiers who saved Britain in World War II. Don't get me wrong, okay? But what I am saying here is, on the political spectrum, if it weren't for Winston Churchill, we'd be singing a very different tune from World War II, okay? And Democrats, you need, y'all, a Winston Churchill. You've got to get it. Nope. Okay, and you're a freebooter. Oops. Didn't go in time. Yes, but for the Democrats, you absolutely, utterly need a Winston Churchill. Now, Earth, did you not judge me? Did I? How dare you? You didn't get judged. I don't know. I'll have to look at the combat log, and I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to get Seal of Righteousness up, even though it really doesn't do anything mana-wise. Gotta love that. Okay, I have enough to exo so I can do a seal swap. And that way he can't run. See, right here is where exorcism is on my bar. And when it lights up, I know I can do, for the most part, a seal and judgment. A seal and judgment loop, one of my judgment macros, okay? Let's come over here. And I'll wait a minute. Actually, no, this is about where I need to end it, isn't it? Because I did give you a nice little point to ponder. And I'm going to repeat that as I rebuff and drink up, because I'm going to stay here for a little bit and play on my own and not do any reports. But what the Democrats need and what the American people need is a Winston Churchill to fight Donald Trump. The last thing y'all need is a Neville Chamberlain, like Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, who don't seem to be doing much anything except, oh, we'll be back in 2 years. Come vote for us. You'll come begging to vote for us. No, we won't. No, they won't. Those red states ain't coming back without you going there and saying, yes, we've screwed up. We want to fix this. How do we fix it? And go be Winston frickin' Churchill. That's a point to ponder. And for today's news in Warcraft, this is turkeytentia, and I wish you a great day and great gaming. Leave comments. You might get done in a viewer mail just like this. Bye, everybody.